This is not a rant. I just want to talk. I just want to have a conversation real quick. The Air Jordan 5 Tokyo dropped. We knew that it would be limited. It flew on Sneakers App. Very few stores had it, maybe some Tier 0 stores. Outside of that, it was very difficult for people to get their hands on it. I still held the conversation regarding quality because it was thrown around. People had evidence that the quality wasn't the greatest on a lot of these pairs. I know some will argue, well, it's a shoe being mass produced, so yes, it's going to have, quality control issues. But that's like you're accepting that it has to have that. Like by default, that has to be the case. When it doesn't have to be, there are a number of brands that mass produce sneakers. They don't necessarily have to cost $215, $225 and higher with tax or plus tax, but they can be lower than that and still not have the same quality control issues that we see plague a lot of retro releases. Yes, I will bring it up in relation to retro releases because guess what? Whether you like it or not, those are the conversations that people are having. Those are the shoes that people want to lose their minds over. It doesn't matter if to other people, logically, there are other options. There are also other brands. It can be even under the Nike umbrella themselves that will give you amazing cushioning, great R&D has been putting to the technology for the shoe, still stylish. Yes, it may run you $200+, but the value feels to be there a little bit more because you're not dealing with quality control issues. Have to be a default of QC issues. It's just something we see with Jordan Brand. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I don't want that to be the case. I don't. I am a fan of the brand, okay? I think people automatically assume because I haven't bought a Jordan or I have constructive criticism for them, it means, my goodness, I must hate the brand. It's not. Like, two things can be true at once. You can love something and still want to go ahead and have constructive criticism for it. I have it because them delivering and doing better as a brand, it's better for consumers. Like, I hope that message is clear. But if you disagree with that, you can go ahead and sound off in the comments. But that's why I bring it up, because it's a constant narrative that is actually going around because consumers have dealt with quality control issues, even though they're still willing to pay these higher prices. I said in a video, are you willing to return a grail even if the QC is terrible? And people unequivocally said, like, no. A few of you said, sure, I would, but most of you said no. You said you wouldn't. Because the fear of not having a shoe is just so great that you don't want to return the shoe or you don't want to go without the shoe itself. That's a different conversation of, I don't know how strong of a pull that the shoes can have on individuals. That's a totally different conversation. But speaking on the 5, yes, I made that video. A lot of you agreed because I also had a hot take that I thought the Air Jordan 5 Inspire, aka Michigan 5, I just think that it's better, okay? And we had a bye week, which means, of course, we didn't play. Definitely enjoyed the Bama and Georgia game. That was like one of the only key marquee matchups that I was able to watch. I enjoyed that. I got home to be able to see just the end of it. I really enjoyed it, or the fourth quarter. So I enjoyed that because I went to go see him, and since we're speaking football, I love that movie. I know it's gotten a lot of criticism online. I would say always go see a movie yourself to really get a gist of what it is, but I loved it. For the young protagonist in there, I hadn't actually watched him in anything, so I was really blown away. Really liked what he brought to the screen and to the character. Marlon Wayans, I think, did an amazing job. So this is something I will absolutely watch on streaming again and again and again. I love thrillers. I love horror movies. It does have some tension and it does create a lot of discomfort. Like, there are a lot of moments where you go, what the F? Like, you do. You have those moments, but I think that's what the movie intended for it to be. So again, I know there's criticism about it, but I really, really enjoyed it. So off of football, back to this. Since we had a bye, I put a post out because I wasn't putting the full clips out of the video I made here. But, I did. I kind of looked down, it's kind of like a disgust, there's no way we're having these conversations about brands charging $200+ a pair and still having questionable QC, and then consumers having an issue when others call it out. So again, I'll put things out there and I'll just let them sit, but then I'll have individuals that just kind of give you a perfect example of something where you couldn't script it any better. You couldn't. And so this individual, Donald Bookhart 9338, said every time a limited shoe comes out, folks tried to talk about the quality to get prices to drop. If you didn't hit, better luck next time. The shoe was already nearing $500. Guessing Donald has to be new here. And also, in his defense, I get that a lot of individuals, a lot of viewers, you may speculate or assume, even though I don't think it's smart to assume, but you may assume because so many sneaker creators and sneaker YouTube, whenever they're discussing a shoe, there may be an ulterior motive behind it because they do also resell shoes. And so you think whatever they're pushing, whatever narrative they're spinning, there's something in it maybe for them if it's spun a certain way, maybe that helps them in relation to resale. I don't have that to give to you. I don't, because yes, I am selling big parts of my collection, but like I'm not chasing these releases to buy up multiple pairs to then resell them to you. Like that's just not what I am personally doing. So if I'm bringing up quality control as an issue, it's because I think it's a real issue that needs to be discussed, not because I think I'm going to benefit from it in some way, or I think that like by me having a conversation about it, I'm somehow going to influence the masses and the market itself that it's going to go down. I don't even like considering myself an influencer. Maybe I'm influential, but you're assuming far too much of how influence, like way too much influence. You're giving me way too much credit. I would say maybe I'm influential in certain aspects, and that depends on who you talk to. To some people, I am terrible and my takes are trash and they think my voice should never be heard within this space, okay? And then on the other side, maybe I have positively impacted someone to make a decision to change and shift their own perspective, to step back and go, you know what, things are great, but maybe I just don't want what I've always had. Maybe I don't want tons of shoes. Maybe I don't want to continue to buy 4 and 5 pairs. So maybe you watching me over the past year and you see me go through my journey of starting to pare down my collection, it's helped you in some way. It's helped you shift your perspective. Maybe you were stuck on, I don't know why I just keep buying and buying and buying, and then you were able to, again, take that step back, reassess how you were going about it. Just because you take a step back, it doesn't mean anything was bad in the moment. Just because you decide to make a change in your life, it doesn't mean anything was bad in the moment. Me making that change at the start of 2024, professional life, great. Personal life, great. Creatively, great. Nothing was bad. I just want it different for myself. That different is okay. It really is. Not to mention, people get upset when creators all have the same narrative and push the same things and review the same shoes and have the same takes. Do you really get upset about that though? Because when someone has a different take, it's not well received either. It gets a ton of pushback. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. But like, again, I don't care about the resale. I didn't even care enough about the shoe to try to go for it. I don't want that 5, just like I don't want any 5 that's dropping this year. So I don't have anything else that I'm trying to push or sell to you. I really, really don't. And so the other part of what I said, listen, if you have an issue with someone's subjective take on a sneaker, or even on their constructive criticism of a shoe or a brand, why does that upset you so much? Are you the sneaker? Because people take it personally as if they're the sneaker. Are you the sneaker? Now, someone said I was savage for saying that. I'm not trying to be. I'm genuinely just asking the question. Are you the sneaker? If you're not the sneaker, then me having a constructive criticism about the sneaker isn't an attack on you. And someone sent me this photo, and this is exactly what it feels like. It feels like these are the individuals like I'm sometimes talking to in my comment section. I don't know what to make of it. But I don't care about the resale of it. Okay, so if quality is bad and that causes the resale price to drop, oh well, awesome for anybody that wants to get it. Resale is nearing $500, cool, somebody will pay it or people won't. I don't care what they pay or don't pay. That has no effect on me, it has no bearing on me. That's not my responsibility. I don't have any accountability on that. Like, I don't care. If you want to go drop the 500, great. If you missed out and you're having FOMO, and you got to address that. But not everyone is pushing a resale narrative, okay? I know a lot of people do. I'm just not doing it, okay? So, if you hit on the 5, I'm so very happy for you. If you missed out and you are so compelled to go pay resale for it, you do that. And I wish you all the best, okay? It's Sunday when I'm filming this. WNBA playoffs have been wild. Like, I just need my aces to go ahead and finish business. I really do. Let's get to these finals, okay? It has been one hell of a ride for the WNBA playoffs, but I've enjoyed all of it, and I'm also trying to actually enjoy my Colts while that game is going to be going on. Thank goodness we're 3-0, okay? It's a great start to the season, and then the NBA is right around the corner, so go ahead and just comment your thoughts below. It can be in relation to the 5, resell, the comment, whatever. As always, I really appreciate you tuning in. As always, also, act your age, not your shoe size. Take care. Peace.